be the media officer drum, that is Toko Badru. We shall be discussing exactly what you really want. I'm going to giving you a chance to call in today on 0783 555 991. The number will be right there on your screen. But of course, all in all, every question you have for the media officer, Toko Badru, is here representing. That is what we're going to be talking about. But of course, in all, we have things that we shall start with. The drum, where of course went and the Sunday game that will be coming up right there. And just as usual, my name is Owen Izaga. With me is Toko Badru. Welcome and good afternoon, Toko.
Well, thank you very much. It feels nice being here. It's a pleasure always to come to this particular media house. The only TV we have in the region. Perhaps what certainly could be making all of us happy. But I've come on a sad note. I've come at the back of a loss. Everyone out there is probably wondering what audacity I have coming into such a show when we actually have lost by about 4 goals to 1.
First of all, welcome, and let's start from there. You had a loss, or the team had a loss. When we say you, that means it's you. And when we have something that has come in there, that means we're trying to push it there. But of course, all in all, it was a 4-1 trailer that, of course, happened at is the Busoga's Ginger Grounds, where of course Western Province lost 1 goal to nil. Is Busoga Badru to tell us what exactly happened, what went wrong, affecting in there from this before we get to more of why exactly and how people are talking about this entire thing.
Yeah, I think one of the responsibilities I have as a media officer is I make sure I connect with the media and tell people about the team, just like I've been able to post on social media and probably use my status to put some things in there. I would like to apologize to the entire West Nile, the football family we have in here, our brothers and sisters in DR Congo, in South Sudan, the entire country, and probably the globe. West Nile is a product that we're selling.
Yeah.
Just like somebody could be selling popcorn, somebody could be selling G-nuts, somebody could be selling other, but of course for us we're selling football as a product. What happened in Kamuli is probably not accepted because we went to St. Joseph's Vocational Training Center as a team that targeted getting 3 points. But we don't be shocked by the fact that when we dropped in there, things wouldn't really work our way. Of course, you'd actually ask yourself why. And then at some point, you probably also be asking yourself, why would the team that scored in less than 30 seconds probably going to concede about 4 goals? First half ends 1-1, then you concede 3 goals in the second half. You'd actually ask that particular question. But then to me, I think the point is simple. That's football. We're defending champions. Everyone knows how important it would have been if we actually got a point in there, or probably got maximum points. But then you'd also ask yourself, why did you choose to drop the points? So basically, the entire West Nile, I think yesterday I did an official statement in which I apologized and said on behalf of the province, we probably apologized to the public. We said we'll bounce back strong, and truly, come Sunday, the 30th of July, this particular week at Green Lake Stadium, alias Paroko Stadium, will be there, and we're playing playing Bugisu, and of course that means Bugisu will have to pay for the sins of Busoga, since that all of them probably come from Eastern Uganda. But I can tell you, it was a hilarious game, a game that was well attended. We did have dignitaries in there. The president of FUFA, Engineer Moses Magogo, an MP as well, was actually at the helm of this, and he was as well, the patron of the Busoga team. And then for us, we had Mr. David Majoka Rubino, one of our biggest funders. And as I speak right now, he's working on the track suits. There will be 35 pairs of, sets of, pairs of track shoes that will be given out to the team, 25 to the players, and of course about 10 to the officials. He gave us about 31 pairs of playing boots before we went for this particular game. I can only tell you precisely that we lost, the likes of Honorable Cassiano Wadrizu were there. So, but on the other side, besides the support we got, I'm trying to look at what could we do right. That is what we're looking for. We're looking for feedbacks. I told people they have every right to blame us. There are people who said we shouldn't come back. I said yes, we cannot come back. But then we came because we also have families there. So,
all right. A very big one. Games are always there. You either lose, you either win. You there. First of all, in our previous clips and the rest, you've been seeing that people have been talking about how exactly ready is the team ahead of this, because everyone is going to be looking forward to see that West Nile, the champions, is what they're eyeing onto. Others said, we told you, you changed Dudu Bosco, who was the champion, and this is that.
They are right.
The coach the West Nile province appointed is a coach who, of course, needed to learn more from maybe Dudu Bosco, according to the statement I'm seeing on social media.
That's also right.
Now, on all these issues, as a media officer, what would you say? You've said they are right. How are they right?
You know, even the question you're asking are right. The responses I'm giving are right. It's about opinion entitlement. And I love it when somebody speaks out about something. For example, as a province, we thought this could be a way of reconciling and bringing our people together. And one of the rare moves we took is we decided games would be played in Parigi Stadium, some games. And that's in Adjumani to cater for Madisa region. We'll talk about Adjumani, talk about Obongi, we're talking about Moyo. We said games would also be played at the Luo grounds, and that's in Nebi, to cater for the Alulu sub-region. You talk about the Jonam, you talk about the Padir, you talk about the Okoro. Now, we're also thinking maybe in the near future we should go to Mariokolo, we should go to Maracha, we should go to Koboko, we should go to Teregu and many other places. Even Yumbe, of course, we intend to do this. But then the question that I have is, when Dudu Bosco started this job, he didn't start as a head coach. Dudu Bosco was second in fiddle to Umar Abdullahi Loy. Umar Abdullahi Loy was Abdallah Loy was actually the head coach of the team in 2018. Dudu Bosco was his assistant. Now in 2019, when Abdallah got engaged somewhere, Dudu Bosco became the head coach. And you realize that Caesar Samson Okuti actually came into the helm. At one point, even Adiga Morris was actually working in there. So the point is simple. Now, there is a transition. The people actually do change. Before he got into this job, Ziggy Zaga, Tawo Karim was actually the media officer. He did it for 2 years. He did it in 2018, 2019. But then I came in 2022. I am also in 2023, though I said I would stop in 2022. So which questions probably also I'm waiting in from you.
In fact, that is one thing.
To me, what is important is that I didn't want people to say that I should actually get appreciated. I should get to be praised. But I think as a region we achieved, as a province we achieved. What made us unique is the fact that we celebrate our ancestry in diversity. We talk about the Kebu, the Lendu, Aluru, we're talking about Madi, we're talking about the Kakwa, we're talking about the Lugwara, the Aringa, the Nubian people, about 8 different tribes, and that's the diversity. Now, if you are in diversity, these are questions you should be expecting from people. Now, these questions, to answer them in precise, we actually need to win the game on Sunday, and then we reconcile with our people. Now, this game on Sunday is like a final for us. Should we win it, we'll have our hopes of staying in the competition, probably going to defend it. Should we lose this game, God forbid, that will be the end of the road for us.
The number is right there, and you are going to be giving us a dial so that we also engage in ask that question you want to ask Toko Badru. Today is here for you because in the entire West Nile, I know you're watching. You really need to have a feedback from. That is him. I don't want to be a messenger. For those who are also watching through the YouTube channel, you can also share the links with the rest of the people so that you ask question. It is a matter of West Nile, should we say a matter that West Nile needs really to address. But all in all, Toko is here telling us what exactly went wrong. Someone is going to ask you, and that was my question. You told us that was your last season.
Yeah.
One. This season, when people saw you back, they're like, yeah, but Toko told us he was supposed, that was his last. And I remember I said it should be on record, maybe we can even play it here, that you said that was your last, and you felt you needed to give the challenge to another person. What went wrong? On 0783555991, you can give us that call.
I want to be precise to you. When we won the trophy, we didn't have a lot of time to sit down and probably package ourselves.
Okay.
We celebrated, and by the time we were supposed to have this transition, it was late. But I'm also privileged that there is a team that actually works at the executive committee of this and decided that I should work again. They looked at my importance. But I should also say that my achievements are not to my personnel. there are two persons I work with. You have been one of the amazing persons. This media house, West Nile TV, contributed in my success. So I would say if I'm stopping work abrupt, that means I'm also going to be stopping these relationships. Now, very importantly, I think there's already something we're gauging. We prepared well, played better games. We went actually almost unbeaten, only to lose to Lango. We thought this season probably could be for us to go on to defend it. No province has done it in history. Buganda won it in 2018. Actually won in 2019. We won in 2022. This is 2023, and thought maybe if we were to give it the extra push, we would have done better. But to my personal question, anytime I may probably tell you I will have a pronouncement, but I can guarantee that I'm finishing the season. I'm happy. I love my job. I will not be hesitant. I'm not going to do it back last. I would have somebody coming, but I would love to see somebody who probably has a zeal. I would also take my personal time to probably be able to guide the person. If you talk to Ziggy Zaga when he was working, I supported him. When I'm working now, I'm also being supported. Actually, I've been lots of time being supported by him. You and many other guys who are probably within the media circle. So for me, besides this media work that I do, I think I'm a very passionate West Niler with roots from Congo and from South Sudan. What then makes me feel confident that I can do it again and again, perhaps I should say for this particular season, is the fact that I learned a lot last season, and I think I contributed immensely to the victory or the success we had. The branding, the visibility and stuff like that we did was probably pretty good. But I can tell you that when this season ends, I will do a party, and in that party I will do a revelation because I just don't want to step out as a loser. I want to step out as a winner. We won last season. We are winning this season. That's what I can promise the people out there. A bad start would actually make a good ending.
Yes, I'm saying, I'm seeing already people calling in, but others are beeping, others, this is a station line probably. But now you either call and we receive you because we will not call you back. You rather call once and then we get to you. If you're going to flash us, that means we're not going to get back to you. But if you want to give your opinion or ask any question about the province, West Nile province in there, you just call direct and then we get you on so that you can ask the media officer. Of course, the public relations officer is called Mugriek Freda. He's that side of Nebi, of course, in there. And names like Ivan, I've seen you people call in, but of course, please, you don't flash, you call, and that is what I can say. Okay, there were complaints about two things before we get to these calls. There were complaints about one, that this team wasn't balanced. Others say that the team had only people from a certain areas or sub-regions, some districts which did not get other districts. Those who are calling, please, I will get back to you. I'll pick your calls when the call line will be ready for receiving. But Toko, let's talk about this because others are complaining. Their own are not there. They are not seeing in names of other teams. Tell us.
Well, let me start from the perspective of the composition of the executive. Let's start from the executive.
Okay.
Our patron is Hajat Medina Naham Ojale. She comes from Koboko. She's the director of finance NRM. Okay. Our chairman of the province is Honorable Riga Rasol. He's an executive member in FUFA, and he actually comes from Yumbe. Our general secretary is Right Honorable Vince Bouncer Orach. He is the director. Actually projects, I should say executive director Luru province, and he is the person who probably does our secretary work at the province at management level, and of course he's the person who is coordinating the cultural leaders. We have a funds leader in Oscar Onyango, who has an identity, I should say, identified with the Luru. He's a West Niler, and of course he does have roots from Macholi. Apart from that, Honorable Timali Jackson, which is from Maracha, and he's a politician, he's a general coordinator we have. We have other members as well involved, and you could look at the balance in here. I think it communicates something very huge to you. David Majoka Rubino, he's a businessman, he comes from Koboko, he's given us a lot of support. I think he's the only person who shouldn't take the spear for now. If there's anything, I should probably be able to take it. Now to the technical team, I'm in the management as well, because I'm the media officer, and of course I do handle the communications of the management. To the technical, Mike Leti comes from Maracha, is the manager. Sizo Kuti comes from Mariokolo, your district. He comes from OJP. He is our head coach. Our assistant coach, number 1, is Orom Chanvila from Paida. That is in Zombo, in Aru sub-region. Assistant 2 comes from Majumani, Chandiga Andrew. He is from Majumani Town Council, and of course that also tells that Mani sub-region is catered for. Now, Lukbara sub-region is catered for as Okuni Ramadan is the goalkeeping coach. I think that communicates a lot. He comes from Maracham. Now, the other persons who are working there, Hope comes from Maracham. We have Idonia, who probably actually comes from, I think, Arua City. She's the kids manager. We have Vudri, who is the Madi, who is also involved in this as a physio. Then we have Mungret Fred, who is actually the public relations officer, and of course he comes from Nebi. So I am Tokobaru Tioke, and of course I do come from Koboko, though I've lived in Arua for 35 years. So basically I think when you look at this composition and you're going to be asking yourself the questions of how good the guys actually are, and of course the setup, I don't think there's any problem here. The latest game we played did have Toha Rashid, who is a Madi, Gaddafi Wahab, who is a Madi. It had Sadiq Al-Mahad, who is a Madi. We had Okumu John Rogers, Enalur. We did have a gentleman, the names of Abankrome Rothmio. He didn't turn up because of other commitments at the club. But then you realize that we had Jerioko James, who are probably involved in the ceremony. The ceremony squad, you look at Yochel Ramond, who probably also comes from there. So many other names that are probably in there, including in Munir. So I think basically, if you look at the composition for Maru sub-region, it's huge. And then for us here, you know the boys. So I don't think there's any problem. If there's any client that's supposed to make calls in here, should have been Kebu and Lendu, but they already identified. They're with us. So I think we are doing these things well. These questions are nice. Then let me answer the question of Sizo Kuti. Sizo Kuti is, I think, the best character we have. If not now, then for the rest of our lives. Sizo Kuti is calm. Sizo Kuti played at the highest level, played in the national team. He has the pedigree. Even when we reached Kamuri, the talk was about Sizo Kuti, not West Nile province. So I think why Sizo Kuti is working is because he earned it. You could mention to me the former coaches who were coaching this team as head coaches. Is there anyone who probably played at national side? I mean, in the national team. If you can tell me, then I will be able to walk out of this studio knowing very well that I'm not knowledgeable. So I can tell you that Sizo Kuti's time is now. Good that he has started on a losing note. That means he has not taken expectations high. But he will bounce back strong. On Sunday, you'll be able to see Sizo Kuti that we know, and you'll be able to see the West Nile province that we're able to play good football. So for me, I think what is important in football is that there are some positions that certainly are not only for people who are in the province, who are within the place of work or vicinity. You talk about the media work. Our media officer could have been a Muzungu if we wanted better English, better than mine. Our head coach could have been a Muzungu. KCCS villas are bringing Brazilians. We could have gone and probably brought in another Muzungu, maybe from Ecuador or Bolivia, somewhere. So I think some positions are never elected for. And you cannot have it in such a scenario. So as West Nile, I think we need to be adaptive. We need to be creative enough. We need to forget some of these things so quick. So for me, what is important is somebody should be able to ask, how did you win the trophy last season? We beat Karamoja 5-0. But this time we started with the 4-1 loss. I don't even look happy. I used to be happier than this.
Let's get out from there and see what exactly went in there. What is happening? Very many people saying it's all about how the team is, how exactly the structure here. You would see that the composure of the team was really a side that you would expect winning in there, here and there. Now, you can give us that dial on 0783555991. That will be after the break. Shortly when we come back, we're going to open our lines for you to call in, just like others already calling here. But my question here shortly will be, when we come back, Toko will tell us about, don't you think, because the last training I covered had some names or elements who were not in the team. These people were fetched at wherever they were, but they were starters in the team, and also very many have attributed this to a failure because they have not been together with the team. That could have costed a few of the issues with us as the West Nilers. How true is that? How wrong is that? We shall come to that. Let's take a break. We'll be right back, of course, viewer, live on West Nile TV. We're taking a break just shortly. We come back. Our studio lines will be open for you to also call in so that we discuss one or two issues with you and you ask your part, because I'm done with mine. What about yours? Right there, West Nile TV 477 and 0073. All that is the Zuku satellite decoder. My name is Owen Ezaga. With me is Toko Badru. Let's take a break.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region. West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Welcome back from that break, and of course still Waste Time live on West Nile TV. Owen Ezaga and of course Toko Badru are still in the studios. 783-555-99 is the line. Call now and ask questions. Maybe you want to know more about what exactly is happening, or you can even text us on our WhatsApp on that same line, and then we get in there. But at the same time, what went wrong for West Nile is the question that everybody is asking. Champions, and this time around it started for them in a wrong way as West Nile province. Okay, that is one. On the perspective of the question that I asked you before, of course Toko still remains in the studio. We are with him. We're going to be letting know. I mean, he tells us more. One, I asked you the first question. Now, secondly, is about the support. How much support have you got in the first game that we've traveled? Normally, you give us the breakdown, and this time round, have we received anything from all these other members that have we lobbied more from the people? Thank you.
Well, I think
apart from Carabino.
Thank you very much, and I think it's a great honor that we sit in here and discuss West Nile as a province and as the support we get from the public or the community. I can only tell you that before I speak about the support we got, one of the members of the executive committee is the Bishop of Maria and West Nile Diocese, Right Reverend Andaku Collins. He is our our religious coordinator, and he's done an amazing job. One of the assignments he put us in when it comes to the mapping was the connection with the Archbishop. And I can tell you, we are the only province in this country that got blessings from the Archbishop when he visited and he was also able to take photos with the trophy and pray on the trophy. And I think one of the things he told us is that we should put our faith in God, keep believing. Our time will come, and soon I think our time will be Sunday. So Sunday, before we go for the game, our players are going to the church. They will go to our main church where the bishop is, as being our religious coordinator, and certainly when they go in there, it will be nice for those who are Muslims. On Friday they will go to the mosque, but again on Sunday all of us are going in numbers. I will even be in the church as well. So to what we got $1 million shillings from Mr. David Majoka Albino, a business coordinator. That was yesterday around 8 p.m. We got $1 million shillings from from Honorable Engineer Moses Magogo. The president, he gave us $1 million shillings. He gave us money around 7:30 p.m. Those are the contributions we got when we were there. Before we traveled, we got 150,000 Uganda shillings from Delambias Hotel. Through Asiki, we got 31 pairs of playing boots worth 4,650,000 that you were able to cover. I'm glad. From Mr. David Majoka Albino. We are getting track shoots before Friday. There will be 35 pairs of, I should say pairs of track shoots that will be coming our way. We also got, we're actually receiving a set of jerseys from Lactic Sports for our team to train. Lactic Sports is co-owned by Ngai Moko Ali, an athlete, and of course Sida Leni, also an athlete. So that means we're getting contributions, but we do not actually want to restrict ourselves to the contributions alone. We'd also want to give out. As a province, we think one of the products we're selling is football. So as we're selling this football product, how do we do it? Now to the fans, there is a saturation of t-shirts. There are t-shirts that 100% Lugbara, 100% Alu, 100% Kakwa. Those t-shirts, we denounce them. You cannot be 100% Kakwa when West Nile is actually the big agenda we are pushing. And then those t-shirts are coming from a source that we do not believe is because they have not reached us. They're in market, they're doing their things, and I think until when they probably get to sit down and we see, because there's a team that vets. Our official sats or the attires for the FUFA drum can only be got from a Seal petrol station because they are the official partners we have. Now, for that purpose, if we're going to be coming out with things that we're going to be selling, we shall let you know. For now, we haven't made anything, but before the game on Sunday, you'll be able to receive some of the replica jerseys, the t-shirts for yourself. Now, the other contributions that came from other members, last season, we got over 10 millions from Honorable Timali Jackson Muti. In the final day, when we played the finals, we came back to Arua, he gave us money worth 2.5 million Ugandan shillings. That was equivalent of a bull. And he actually gave us $1 million shillings before we traveled. That took it 3.5 and gave us money subsequent times. We got money from Hajat Medina Naham of over 10 millions as well. Mr. David Majoka Albino actually topped it and gave actually the biggest money, over 20 millions. We also got money from Oscar Onyango, the funds leader. He gave us over 5 millions. So in another way, I should be able to tell you that we received a lot of support from people. We even got money from Honorable Joshua Bai. They gave us $1 million shillings. It has been so nice. That edition probably concluded. So this edition, we need hands. We need your support. It could be in cheering the team, it could be giving us money, it could be coming in to do any other thing, but most importantly, I think this is time for us to be together, time for you to stand with us. As a province, we are delighted that our people actually do identify with us. We also want to thank the football clubs, Ondo Paraka Football Club, Arua Hill Football Club, Calvary Football Club, the KCCS, the Vipers, the URAs, the Express, the Maroons, all the clubs that actually were able to give us players, including Juman Town Council, including in teams in 5th Division, 4th Division, the DFAs in this region, the football stakeholders, the people who love the game, the fans, for what they actually put on table for us in terms of support. And that means a lot for us. So as a region, we do not take them for granted. My first responsibility is to say thank you. And like I said at the start of the show, we will only want to apologize now for the bad results.
What do you say about the ongoing social banters, social media talks? And of course, these are people who others even you would see they are really people who really you wouldn't expect maybe them say that, but it's all about the tribal division that is ongoing. Please, as the media officer, what do you call that? And what are you going to do to make sure that West Nile becomes as a team? You've talked about people should desist from wearing 100% Madi, 100% this and that. What are you going to take as a media officer to make sure that this comes? Or you and the public relations office?
Well, for me as a media officer, when you look at the composition of the team that I speak about, the executive, the technical team, even the involvement of the public out there, I think we all treated equally. We give an opportunity depending on our potential to work. The issues of segregating, putting people aside, we've not stepped into it. When the Aluru requested that they want to have a province of their own, I even personally said it's a blessing. If only the wish could be granted. But then if it is not granted, there's still a family. Even before you go to have your own home, you cannot run away from your father. Now by the time you're going to build your own home, it doesn't mean that you'll get a new mother, new father, new auntie, new uncle. You will still have the same. So I think basically, when those opportunities come, if there are chances for breakaways, they will be blessed by the province, the mother province, that is West Nile. Then the other things will come. But for now, I don't think it is going to be quite possible quite soon. For now, we are West Nile. We should speak one language. We should have love. We should impress, that love amidst us, amongst us. And if you can look at my story, one of the biggest works I did in life was working at Zombo with Paida Black Angels. I am not somewhere from there.
Let's get to some of the callers.
So there's no problem. Let's keep working shortly. And let's keep associating in the right way. Yeah.
0783555991. You can give us that call. I've really failed to pick very many. The number is right there on your screen. You can give us a dial and maybe ask that question you would love Toko Badru to answer. And then, of course, we get in from all the other parts in right there. And probably our first caller happens to be right here online. What question or what probably you want to know about it, and you will be letting us know what your name is. From your names, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yes, who are we speaking to?
Yeah, talking to Ivan from Pakwach.
Ivan, how is Pakwach?
Pakwach is fine.
Yes, please, your question or comment, anything else?
My first question is, I just want to first know where will the next match take place.
The next match, where will it take place, okay?
Yeah, and then secondly, like some of us, you have been following football, Western football, even this Ugandan football. I even reach up to the extent of bringing in starting just to watch local football.
Okay.
So, I think Western should just sign up those leaders which will first put those organization in the team.
Okay.
Because I believe the way I'm seeing, they're not treating the players equally.
Okay.
That's my idea. It's my own idea. Eh?
Yes.
You can expect an electrician to move from his home to your home to put the light and move with nothing. I think you understand what I'm meaning.
Yes, please.
We have some players from KCCA, from Express, Vipers, those players, UPDF. So you cannot expect that person from there up to here to play for you, but moves back with nothing. That's why we have reached a level where we don't have a Marco Fred, we don't have Cromwell Rodomeo, we don't have those Road, those of Europe, even Ibrahim Dada. Yet last season they were the key players of the team. We should just look for ways of bringing those players and making them happy.
Okay.
That's the idea. Thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. Ivan, thank you so much for catching up right there at Pakwach.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, thank you for watching. Now, Ivan is saying something. This one takes me to a question. Why didn't these players come? What failed? What went wrong, Toko? The Dadas, the rest, maybe you could be knowing something.
Well, let me start from the first question that where will the next game be? Our next game is at Greenlight Stadium.
Okay.
We're playing on the 30th of July, and we're playing against Bugisu, and it will be a home game. We've not come out with the charges, and I think about today, tomorrow or next tomorrow, we'll be able to come up with the charges, and the graphics will go. I will also be the same media house probably telling you how much it will cost. What we're doing to motivate the guys, it is the same thing you do. I don't know how many times you've come to Greenlight Stadium to watch games and how much you've paid, how many times you'll be able to go to Lugo grounds, how many times you'll go to Adjumani. That the monies you pay are the monies we use on these players. We do not have any miracle of picking monies from the dustbin or probably the money bag and give out to the players. There's no problem about players being happy. We are motivating players. And I think the biggest share we had was the 750. That was the prize money that was given to the players. Then
per person?
Per person. We got about 420 when we played actually away. So that means motivation levels have been high. Even yesterday, monies were given out. I even got money. So no, I'm not complaining. No one can complain. So to me, the point is simple, that these players did come because of reasons. Abankrom and Rothmel, Vipers have not released any player out. Vipers have had very strict and congested fixtures, and they never featured because of that, not segregation. Two, players like Dada. Dada had personal issues and was still in Mbarara. He didn't make it to the trainings and he didn't participate. Amaku had a knock. And as they speak tomorrow, Amaku is resuming training with the team. So about Douglas Wiroth, he had a knock, communicated to the team. He was actually part of the contingent that was supposed to travel. So about the other issues, I think fitness level, stuff like that, all this will be worked on. One of the players we were looking at is Oiroth, who plays there's this guy who plays for Amuk's College. He was the MVP, and this player is said to have registered for Teso, just like the other Rogers, that defender. So I think basically it's just about having priorities. We'll talk about Carbon. He now plays for Bunyoro. So some of these things happen. We have even Mato, who comes from Maracha. One Mato plays for Acholi, one Mato plays for Lango. So some of these things you cannot restrict them. Even when I get an opportunity to go to work as a media officer in Congo, and they're paying me dollars, I will not only run, I will go very fast.
Okay. Let's get to this one here. Hello. Hello. Oh, he just went off the line. You can still call again on that is 0783555991. Of course, you also asked that question you would love really to talk about. But of course, he has given us more of why some of these games have not gone on. I mean, some of these players haven't come, and some of these really maybe they failed to turn up for this. Yes. Others have sent messages here. I think the messages look to be so.
Just read it.
Direct to you. One, I think this one is called, yes, it's called Douglas, and he has not put where, of course, he's coming in from. He's saying he feels the West Nile team or the West Nile province is so much dominated by the Lugbaras from Arua. So that's not a question, it's just
he's right, he's right, because they put more energy and they have the zeal. If you're going to tell me that we bench Saban, it is going to be complicated. He's our finest striker. If you're going to be telling me that we should not play Okumu, because Okumu is based in Arua. He has that identity. You could even hear him. You don't see Okumu in his name. Yes, you only see Rogers, John Rogers, and so you.
Okay, let's get to this caller.
These boys don't come from here. They come from other places. Hello. And they're residing in the city.
Yes, please. You're live on West Nile TV. What's your time? This is? Yes, James from Wike. Can you please reduce the volume of your TV and then you talk to us?
Go to.
Yes, please.
That's my question. Thank you.
Your question is?
I wanted to know the club which Innocent Media is going to.
Oh, Innocent Media. Okay, we'll be giving you that.
Okay.
All right. We thought that you had a question for Toko Badru, but Toko, that is it. You were still telling us something.
Yeah, even the media they're talking about is a Lancers player for us. We don't have transport to bring him from wherever he is. So if somebody could actually volunteer and give us transport, I think we would actually answer him in and play. But like I was saying earlier, it's our responsibility, and of course the issues of segregation come in this way. When games were played at Greenlight Stadium, there was a lot of noise. We took a game to Barokoro. We even failed to clear our bills. We are taking a game to Luo Grounds. If we go to quarterfinals, we'll have a game at Luo Grounds. It will be a home game. We shall not be away, we shall be home. Nebi is home. We shall go to Paridi Stadium in Ajumani and still be home.
Okay.
So the issues of people thinking we're not balancing. Maybe we should play football on the River Nile.
Someone watching on that is on our YouTube says that, of course, thanks is called Anguzu Muhammad. Thanks for this program and updates. Could you please tell us about Arua Hill Sports Club? I'm watching live from the South Sudan capital city, Juba. Okay, we're summarizing this up. Our time is also up, but of course with Arua Hill, a lot is happening that we shall be talking. I would really want to push it to tomorrow. The current state is that they are seeking, they are working on club licensing, which of course they are doing, and FUFA requires not only them, of course, other more clubs are also doing club licensing because the deadline that FUFA had given had expired. Two, there, of course, someone, of course, we have seen on social media also, but I took a time and went there. Their gate, one side has also been taken off. We're not sure who has taken, whether who or who, but that is one thing. I remember we reported about vandalization a few days before, but right now the gate is off. They are looking forward, and of course the issue with Innocent Media is also another one that I know someone want to know, and that's the question. I'll be giving you that all full tomorrow, and we give you more. But Toko, let's wind this up. Our time is up.
Well, I want to say thank you very much for hosting me here, for giving me privilege to come and speak to people at my lowest point, when actually we're from a back of a 4-1 loss. It's the biggest loss that I've ever gotten as a media officer. I've worked for ages. When I was at Paida, I was at Doves. We've never been beaten that 4 and stuff like that. But I think it's okay. It's a learning cage for us. We will bounce strong. We're asking all the people to come in numbers.